It feels like once a month there's a 3-day period, which they never really say when it's going to happen, where I can remove my gear without paying any silver. Now, I did acquire a 1-hour gear removal item through Cursed City, and that's generally not enough time for me to redo my entire roster. And sometimes I want to do that more than once, because removing gear for silver in general is just a bad idea, and I try to avoid it at all costs. So we're going to go over this thing that I can do to remove all my gear at once, if that's what you want to do, or at least remove the gear off the characters I want very quickly within this 1-hour period. That way I can take advantage of redoing my roster without having to wait. So I can do it maybe twice a month, or whenever I come across these people, maybe 3 times a month. It is a process. Now, if you've not done so already, there's a link in the description to download Raid Shadow Legends, or you can scan the QR code and you'll get Corrado, the Fox Hunter, legendary character right from the start. Legendary right from the start. Then you also get an epic support champion by the name of Ugo when you hit level 15, which is really quickly. And then in the first 24 hours of playing Raid Shadow Legends, use the promo Monkey King. One word, Monkey King. And you can do that on Android and the PC client right here. But on iOS, you have to do that on the Plarium website. Link to that will be in the description. So what we're going to do is move all of our champions right here in our normal vault all the way over to the reserve vault. And when they go from this vault to the reserve vault, it will ask if you want to destroy or remove all of the gear, because there's no gear allowed in this one vault. So I did that before I enabled the 1-hour thing, and it was like over 50-60 million. I have to remove the champions from my arena defense, so I went and did that already. Like, I went right here, classic arena. My defense now is just a fodder. I did the same thing in my tag arena. Now, the one thing that I have not done that I need to do is make sure I have enough gear artifact slots, because I'm going to be moving about 90 characters over. So I can do that right now, but 90 characters times 6 is 540. So I got to make sure I have room in my inventory right here. So 540 minus 1600, let's see, minus 1600 is I need to sell off about 100 pieces. So the way that I do that is I use a tool called the Hell's Hades Artifact Extractor. I upload all of my items directly to their website, and this works on the PC client only. So now all of that stuff is loaded, and then I'm going to go into my artifacts, and then I'm going to go on my artifacts, and I'm going to sell off my very weakest ones. 21 average. All right. Strong. Okay, let's do that because I need this space, right? Let's hit sell mode and get this going. Here we go. Add all. Okay, sell list. Sell all. And then look what happens. It allows me to sell 112 of these very quickly. Now, I don't just like to sell all of these, but I'm out of space, right? And I need to do that. Now, I will go in here, and I've been kind of trying to save some of these 9-piece ones because I might respec them someday, or I just don't want to be a situation where I need one little piece to get to the next part of the set bonus. And these pieces seem to be super valuable. So like on these, I've been generally saving like the legendaries and the mythicals, just so that I could retune them later. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but I'm just worried that I would be selling the wrong one. And I feel that way about some of the rings and things like that. Now, I don't have problems with the rings, so I wish there were some rings that I never sold in the past. And so now I'm just being more selective of what I sell, but really there was no reason for me to sell the rings. I mean, I imagine at one point in time, I needed some silver, but now that I'm caught up with my silver, that's not a thing that I'm really doing anymore. All right, we're just selling off these. I have enough of those. Feral is so good. I need to save that. I like pinpoint quite a bit, and I'm just saving the legendaries. And we're gonna hit sell. 1,049. Is that gonna be enough? I believe that will be enough. I do think that'll be enough. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click out of this, hit champion vault. I'm going to select all the characters that I want, and I've highlighted resolve vault. I'm going to check all the characters that I want to respec, and today I want to do all of them. And before I do that, I just want to show that this is a good thing to do, because some of the characters I have not really fine-tuned, and like Arbiter, I want Arbiter to be as fast as possible. Right now she's at 359. And I'm curious to see what happens when I do this, if I'm able to get her higher than 359. When I started doing this process, she was only like 300. And so she has gotten a lot faster just because of doing this, because pieces will come into my roster and I just didn't know they're there. Now, the only one that I don't really want to mess with is Sun Wukong. I'm going to leave him alone because I'm using like a 8-piece set of a 9-piece set, and I'm actually just trying to get that last piece so that I'll have a full 9-piece set. Boy, it's hard to get those 9-piece sets, but I'm really happy with him. The rest of the characters, I don't mind redoing. I just don't. There's a couple that I'm a little bit worried about, but he's the only one that I don't have a problem with. So I only have so much room. I also had to make sure I had enough room in there. So what is that? Not quite 190 something there. So I should be able to move all of these here. And then I generally will redo all of my 5s and 6s, but my 4s that I use in faction wars, I will redo them as needed because I'm not really using them anywhere. Like I'm not using them inside of like Curse City. Now to reserve vault, I'm going to hit that. And it says destroy or remove. Now, before enabling the 1 hour thing, it said like somewhere between 50 and 60 million. I'm going to hit remove and see if this works. All right. My roster now has no gear. Now, I'm going to pull out all my 5 and 6s to start with. I don't think I need to pull the other ones out for now. I'm just not really using a lot of those other characters. I'm not using a lot of these epics. But when I go into faction, which is 2 per day, then I will do it. But for right now, like the remainder of the day, not in this video, but for the remainder of the day, I will be going through these characters and remodding them, respecking them, getting them up and running, depending on what I want to do with them. So I'm going to stop right there at the 40s. I'm going to work on. So I go back to collection, and this is where I wanted to start with this, is I wanted to start with Arbiter. I'm going to go back into the browser, the website. I'm going to exit out of this. I'm going to hit live refresh, and then I'm going to click champions, and I'm going to unlock all of them. And then I'm going to go and lock my Sun Wukong, and he's the only one that normally you wouldn't do all of them. I'm kind of a crazy person today, but I want to go into my Arbiter, right? And I've already got this all set up for what I want, but you can see that right here, I'm only interested in speed on her. I'm going to go into the configuration, and I'm going to hit optimize, and she was what, at 350 something, 359. All right. Well, show differences. Well, she's going to be slower. That's not how this is supposed to work. What a disappointment. All right. Well, let's take a look at this. Wow, that's not how it's supposed to work, by the way. I wonder why it's not giving me as fast of one. Oh, there it is right there, 360. Oh, it's not accounting for her relic. I have a relic that is that I have a relic that's giving her 3 speed. So when this was saying right here, 357. All right. So, I mean, 1 extra speed. Okay. I mean, that's not that big of a deal, right? 1 extra speed, but I'll take it. I'll take it. You know what I mean? That's fine. You know, that's something that I've been wanting to do. 1 extra speed. Like the first time I did this, it went from like 300 to like 340, and that totally changed my arena experience altogether. Just absolutely changed it. And I want to, just for kicks, finish off what I've been doing in arena, which is a lot of fun. I've been typically going Arbiter into Deacon, and then into Sun Wukong, and then into Alice. But I'm going to do something different. I think what I want to do is I kind of want to skip this Deacon thing for now, which I like Deacon. I think Deacon's a fantastic character, but I've been really wanting to use my Fabian, and I've never modded him before. So what I will do is I will hit lock on Arbiter. I will go to champions, and then I will type in Fabian, and then I will see him right there. Now this is a character that I've never optimized before. So I'm gonna hit balance mode, gonna hit configure. I don't know if this matters, but I'm gonna do it like that. There's ways of doing this. I get a lot of people tell me there's better way to do it, but I don't really know what to do right here. So I will hit Fabian, and then I will hit gear, and then it gives me some suggestions. Accuracy, speed, HP, defense, right? So I will do that. I will go accuracy, speed 2, HP 3, and then defense 4. And then I will hit optimize and start. Now this may take a couple minutes because it's got to go through all of my gear, and then it will give me some sort of an optimized build. And I kind of want to do this real quick for my 4 main characters that I use in arena, and just to see how this turns out. I'm kind of curious to see if this creates problems, right? I'm just hoping that this will create problems in the arena right here. And I'm not sure who I want to use as my 4th. I'm going to use Arbiter, Sun Wukong, and this guy. And then I'm not sure who I want to use my 4th. I don't know if I want to use Alice or Deacon. Probably, you know what? Let's do Deacon, because Deacon's fun for exploding. Oh, no. Let's do Alice for damage. Yeah, let's do Alice for damage. That's fun. Okay, so we've got 10 seconds left. It says that it's 80% completed. We'll fast forward to the next part. All right, it finished up, and I will hit view. Boy, he's going to be coming in at 257. That's going to be fantastic. All right, we're going to hit equip in game, and boom. Let's see how it looks. Oh, look at that. So this is going to give me an opportunity. For some reason or another, it wants me to use a piece that I hadn't used anywhere else, and then also there, and then I can put glyphs on them. So we're going to hit equip, and I'm actually doing this very specifically right now because there is an event running for taking up gear. And so look at that. We got the extra accuracy there. That's why it wanted it. It was for the accuracy. And then we're going to take that up to 12 as well. And then normally I would go, because this is going to be an important character, I will just put one of each on these. A lot of people will save these for clan versus clan, but because this is going to be an arena character, plus I'm pretty pumped about this guy. I think I don't know, like I feel like I spent all month trying to get this guy, and now that I haven't really been able to use him because I was upgrading, doing masteries, doing all this other stuff. And I'm not going to fine tune this for now. I'm just going to do it very quickly. So there we go. Looks like we're good to go. And let's do that one there too. And this is also the way that I find new gear. Now, anything that is popping on to my second character that I do this on is probably pretty good gear. That's been my experience. It's probably pretty good gear. So I'm not that worried about equipping glyphs and things like on that. You can see it's feral, pinpoint. We're using 9-piece. We've got perception. Perception is kind of my go-to set right now. And, okay, so lastly, we're gonna go and do champion Alice. Here we go, Alice. All right, we're gonna hit optimize on you, and I've got her optimized for damage. Let's see how long this takes to do it. This is a time-consuming process on some level, and I know a lot of people are not gonna want to do it. Typically, I only want to do this once a month, but because I was gonna make a video and I'm really anxious to use Fabian, I don't know. I'm doing it now. And if I'm more restrictive on how I want to do this, there is a faster way of doing this, but the larger my roster gets and the more pieces of artifacts I get, it gets longer and longer. Now I can go and do whatever I want on this, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to do this right here, the first one. And then it looks like those are all good pieces right there, right? Like these are all pieces that I've used before. And that looks pretty sick, right? Okay, let's lock up her. And I do normally, I don't know his kit, but I will just go into Classic Arena. And I don't know if this is going to work on auto. We're going to put him in there. I'm probably going to play with this more later to find out what the correct turn order is, the correct abilities to use. Okay, let's just see. Okay, there we go. Okay then. Wow, we're just wrecking it. So this looks like it's going good. I mean, my hope in Arena is that if I go first, I win. Now, there is some overlap in abilities between Fabian and Alice. That's why I was using Deacon from before. But as long as I'm faster than my opposing Arbiter, yeah, look at that right there. Oh my God. Wow. He is going to be annoying in Arena. He's kind of replacing what I was doing with Loki. Loki was kind of doing some similar stuff. He does a lot of the same stuff that Alice does, but we'll just see if this is better than what I was doing before. Wow. We're in trouble here. Can we solo him? Oh no, we're gonna lose. So this is a situation. Oh, there we go. There's a situation of them going first usually means it's over. I mean, that is kind of the way that Arena works. Okay. I hope that was helpful. I don't know, but if you haven't done so already, click the link in the description or scan the QR code there on the screen to get Corrado. And you also get Ugo when you get to level 15, and then use the promo code Monkey King to get Sun Wukong, who I was just using in that battle. Bye for now.